Now, let's move to the next part, which is the additional evidence in relation with contingency and commitment. A commitment is an obligation of a company to external entities that often arises in connection with the legal contracts executed by the company. In other words, commitments are potential claims against a company with respect to its future performance under a legal contract. Therefore, one can say that the commitments are those agreements that are expected to take place in the future. However, if the company hasn't made any payment for such contracts at the balance sheet date, they are not included on the balance sheet despite the fact that they are still considered as liabilities of the companies. Example: company plans to purchase raw material under a predetermined contract. But in agreement, the company will make payments for these raw materials only after it have been received. Although the company require cash for these raw materials in the future, the event or transaction hasn't yet occurred at the time of preparing balance sheet. Hence, no amount is recorded either in income statement or balance sheet. However, the company is expected to make disclosure of such transaction as they are supposed to occur in the future and will impact its cash position. Therefore, the company provides an extensive explanation regarding these commitments in the notes to the financial statement. Contingencies are different from commitments. It is the implied obligation that is expected to take place depending on the outcome of the future event. Hence, one can say that contingencies are those obligations that may or may not become liabilities to the company because of the uncertainty of the future event. A company is sued by a former employee for Rm 100,000 because the employee feels that he has been terminated wrongly. So, does it mean that the company has liabilities of Rm 100,000? Well, it depends on the outcome of this event. If the company justifies the termination of the employee, it may not be a liability to the company. However, if the company fails to justify the termination of the employee, it will have to incur a liability of Rm 100,000 in the future because the employee has won the lawsuits. Here are the audit procedures to identify contingent liability. 1. Read the minutes of meetings and enquiries of management and lawyer. 2. Inquire management or lawyers. 3. Review contracts, loan agreements, leases and correspondence. 4. Review income tax liability, tax return. 5. Inspect other documents for possible guarantees.